I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Feliz Navidad. Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Christmas TJ.
I was gonna say something cool, but then I forgot it. So
How was your day, TJ?
my day was pretty stressful.
Why?
I was doing something every second.
Isn't it Sunday?
I was late for church,
Sunday.
and I walked in, and all the little kids were doing like a play, and so I walked in, and I just had to stand there, because my parents didn't save me a seat, so that was cool. And I was late. No, the rest of them
You were
left
late to
without
church
me.
too.
I wasn't late. I was on time. I just didn't go to the first part.
You were on your time.
They were just early.
They- yeah. So then I got home. And had to turn around and go back for. I'm playing trombone in our Christmas Eve service.
Wait, you play trombone?
I do play trombone.
Wow.
Little known fact about me.
Easy.
So I had to go back and stand for like 3 hours straight. So that was fun. And then I had to run to Target and get your present and Miss Lily's flowers.
Oh, you
And-
did get them?
And then I
Okay,
gave
cool,
it to her.
cool, good.
And then I had to run home and get the splitter, which is the round splitter.
I mean, it's
It
doing
works.
something.
It's
Yeah,
just-
we'll get the right splitter tomorrow.
We only have 1 year right now.
Tomorrow.
Oh, Harvey's underneath the blanket.
He's so warm.
He's so cute.
Okay.
Um,
The paparito.
and then what else did I do? And then I came here and we messed around and now we're filming. What about you? How was your day, Christopher?
Well, I mean, what do you classify as a day? I would say that my day is pretty. It's okay. It's fine. I
was
woke up
alright.
this morning and then I kind of just chilled. What did I do today?
I
Wait. No, be quiet. Shut up. Okay, I woke up. I went to get food at McDonald's with my parents. I came back.
You can do it.
Oh,
You got it.
Megan,
Stop kissing the dog.
I think I just sat there. You okay? I guess I just sat there for all day today. That's kind of tough.
Felt like I got you.
Kind of tough.
There was so much spit.
Kind of, what do you
Kinda tough.
okay. Miss Lily made us a burrito,
Abuelita.
abuelita, hot chocolate.
She made us a burrito.
It's hot chocolate with more spices. That's what she told me.
It's just a brand of hot chocolate.
Yeah, but it has more spices.
It has a picture of a grandma on the cover and it's yellow.
And that's why it's called al burrito.
Abuelita. It's literally the word for
Abuelita.
grandma.
Grandma, yeah.
It's literally
Abuelita.
grandma. Stop taking photos of Harvey, Megan.
Space.
Where'd Clay and Murphy go?
Upstairs.
Upstairs?
They're the loud ones, so.
They were
I
upstairs.
guess.
That's what they sound like.
And now I have to take that
No,
part
you
off.
don't. No, you
Well,
don't. No, you don't. That was not that one. All right, we had midterms. How'd you do?
I did really
I
good.
heard you swallow. That would be so like. That's what it sounded like.
I choked?
Yes.
Okay, I have a really funny story about midterms. Okay, so I'm a pretty responsible student, I'll say. I show up to most of my classes. Okay,
I'll
I
buy
show
that
up
one.
to all my classes
Okay.
except maybe one.
Yeah. Maybe.
And if you're in class right now and he's playing this again, hi, Mr. Collins. Hi, people in Mr. Collins' class. Hi, Claire. ASAP, Jeffrey, Claire. What? No, he's in my class. No, he's in my class. Like, we're naming people who they pulled the podcast up in Mr. Collins' class, and they watched it. So I'm talking about them.
Are you sitting on Harvey? Is the blanket there in between?
I'm
you guys?
talking.
Okay.
I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, shout out to you
Mr.
people,
Collins.
Mr. Collins. I don't purposely not show up to your class. I always just happen to have a doctor's appointment at when does the last block start?
Oh, 2.
No, last box starts at.
Man, it's just a 2.
2 o'clock. It's
2 o'clock.
1. It starts at 1.
I
I
was
just
close.
always have doctor's appointments at 1. And they did happen like 4 in a row and only on A days. But like listen,
He turned in the note.
I did. I had a note every single time. You can't hear that on the podcast.
We could hear it though.
Yeah, we can hear
What
it.
is that?
It's Lion King.
We picked 2 notes that were not in the same key, but that's all right.
I forgot what we were talking
We were
about.
talking
Oh, right.
about
Okay.
midterms.
Anyways. So I didn't show up to that class for a little while, right?
Earth science.
Earth Science 2. That's,
He's
well, we're getting there.
patience.
We're getting there. And So basically, I sat down thinking I was gonna fail. Because honestly, let's be real, guys, I was gonna fail. But Mans goes, "Who wants a study guide?" And I was like, "Is this happening? Is this probably not helpful?" So I was like,
Right.
"I'll take one." And I got a paper. It says Claire Jones on the top, and I was like, "Hey." And then I looked at the first question on the test, and then I looked at the first question on the study guide. They were the same thing. They were the exact same thing. And then I kept going. They were just in order. They were just the study guide was the test. It was just in order. I kept getting them all right. Point of the story, it took my grade up 6 points.
Did you get 100?
No, I got like a 92.
So Claire got some of the answers wrong?
She just didn't answer some of them.
So Claire basically took yours.
Shout out to Claire for not also her handwriting.
Is it good or?
Worse than Megan.
I was having Megan flashbacks reading it. No, there was one word. I swear to God. I think it's one of the. It started. There was like an option. I forgot what it was because I don't know their science. It was like one word and then a different word, right?
Centrifugal.
Yes, let's say it's that. But the same. Two of the answers started with that same one word,
Okay.
but they had different letters. One was a D and one was a P. Now, Claire on her paper wrote the first letter and then either a D or a P and then just a squiggly line. So I'm just like, cool. So it's like a 50-50, guys.
Right, yeah.
Pretty sure I got that one wrong.
Yeah, it's probably the one.
But I got a high grade in it. And then he lectured me. But he was like, there's no reason you couldn't have done better in this class. You showed off your potential in the first 9 weeks and now you're failing. What's the deal with that? And I was like, yeah, I know.
Cool.
It's not that I don't like him as a teacher. He's a cool teacher. He's a cool dude. I hate his class so much. His class is the worst class because I hate everyone in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out
Except
to
John.
you guys.
Shout out to John. You're cool.
Shout out
Geraldine, you're cool.
John's cool.
Warren Edmonds.
All right, yeah.
With his,
Do you have the email pulled up? I'll read the email. All right.
Is it true that he got a 30% average on it, or is that just like rumors?
That sounds legit.
That
No,
sounds-
so I failed one final this year, and it was Mr. Edmonds' final.
Yes, sir.
And a
Final.
bunch of people. So first off, all right, I love Mr. Edmonds, and I'm not complaining about it because I'm not one of the people that suffered from it. But a lot of people need a quiet room when they're taking a midterm. So it was quiet for like an hour, and I put my head down.
It's so weird how he's talking so
No,
quietly.
no, it's because it hurts if I talk in my normal voice. But
How like when you handed it in.
We can
and,
hear you, so just say it. No, like say it.
Like whenever I didn't want to hand mine in because every time someone would go up to hand their test in, he'd look at it and go, maybe you want to check over this again, or this is wrong. And I was like, I'm so scared. I don't want to go up here because if I know the answer now, I'm not gonna know the answer after
I
he says
waited
that.
To the
So
last second and was like,
yeah.
grade as you must. Don't try to correct it. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't know. He went,
Or he
well,
walks
I got
around.
a 64.
He
You got a
walked,
64.
he walked around the
50.
room and looked over everyone's shoulder and went, nah.
no,
It was
so
the
it,
first question that everyone had a problem with, and he's like, "What's the definition of this?" And we were like, "Well, if we knew, we wouldn't have a trouble, would we?" And he was like,
yeah, our class was quiet for an hour. And have you been in a class where I take a test?
No.
So I always
Oh, in chemistry?
maybe I don't know. I put my head down every 5 to 10 questions and just like it's just I don't know. It's a habit I got into and it really helps if I just like
"Did you do that in English?"
we don't take tests in English.
We're like at the Cahoots on
Those
question
don't
6 of
count.
the
No,
Kahoot.
no,
you're
because
like,
no, but like I'll like rest for a little bit to just get back in it. And so I put my head down about an hour into the test. I picked my head back up, and Mr. Evans was like, "Have you teacher? Have you seen Shadow?" I'm like, "What's Shadow?" And he's like, "If you like The Mandalorian, you'll love Shadow. It's on Netflix." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll give that a watch." And then the entire classroom just exploded, and everyone started talking. And
mono mean 2.
What?
Does mono mean 2?
Mono means one.
Mono means one.
Because it's mono.
No, but that's what the audio file.
Why would we?
Are we recording in mono audio?
I think we've been doing that every time.
Are you sure? Then how come they can hear from both ears?
No, that's different. I think it said it's recording from one source. So if we have 2 sources.
Okay.
Anyways, so
Should I keep that in?
Yeah, well, yeah, keep it in. And so the whole class, like the people that were still taking the test, were complaining. Do we have a code red? Okay, so the whole class was complaining. Not the whole class. There were a couple people that were struggling because it was so noisy, and they emailed Mr. Emmons about it, and he.
Wait, people emailed him complaining that it was noisy?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Because he
Are
told
you
my
talking
class.
about this email?
He
I'm
said
gonna
it,
read it in a
He
sec.
said it in my class, and he was like, so a lot of the AP kids, of course, are complaining about their grades because they
Of
got a
course.
B now, and they're AP kids, so they don't like that. But he didn't say that they were. He said they were complaining about the grades, and he didn't say they were complaining about like the noise or anything.
Well,
Can I read the email?
Yeah, read it.
Listen to my
Wait, come
personal
closer
email.
so they can hear you.
I could yell.
Not my
Okay, yeah.
No, I
You
can
can
hear
hear
you.
me from here.
I can
like
hear you
this.
from here.
Okay.
From there.
So it starts off ... The grades are in, comma, at this point, comma, there's nothing that will change it.
Period.
Starting in January, comma, we will make better effort over time in class and get the grades to where you want them and where I expect them.
What does that mean? Does he like not teach?
I think he's saying that. So everyone thought he was getting fired.
Yes, I was called to the office to talk about him, and there's like a whole 2-page report of me writing like things about him on
Oh,
there.
cool.
But
Were they
I
good
didn't
things
say
or bad
things? Because I don't want an actual teacher.
Too late. But no, yeah. So I guess he's not getting fired, and instead is gonna try and teach us. And Julie and I were talking about this. We think it's just something funny. No, we think it's just way too late to make that decision because we're gonna have to work double time for the whole year.
All right, if we didn't get the groundwork we were supposed to in the beginning of the year, we can't.
Right.
And the reason they won't fire him, and they haven't already, is because they have no replacement. Like, they would have fired him years ago if they had a replacement, but they don't. So they have no other
Why don't they
option.
just stop offering physics?
He like was talking during our midterm to someone, because I guess he was talking to Peter. I think it was Peter.
I love Peter. I didn't know you had class with Peter. He's so, you know he has a physics tutor.
Yeah, I know. He talks about. And when he was talking, he was like, "You can take my class next year if I'm not in the law firm." So.
I don't know what's weirder, that Peter said he's going to be in a law firm, or if you just asked me what a law firm was. Oh.
No, because he's a lawyer. Or he used to be. He used to be like an attorney or something. He don't
Just asked what a law firm was.
What is a law
Used to be
firm?
an
What
attorney or
lawyers work
something.
for.
Is that like what
For
Daredevil?
lawyers, yeah.
had?
Daredevil has his own law firm.
Okay,
Him
cool.
and
Alright.
He was complaining 'cause he was
Murray.
like-
What's his name?
I don't know.
Murdoch? No, that's his. That's Daredevil's name.
His butt.
Nelson.
I know you're talking about. Is it Nelson? Nelson sounds
No,
familiar.
Nelson. Foggy. It's Foggy.
Foggy.
Foggy. Like our memory of him.
Like.
Most people hire
That
me
was
because
good.
they think I want a certain pay, but I don't really want that pay. And I was like, please just teach us.
I don't know. It's
Oh wait. Merry Christmas.
are we moving on to holidays?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, Merry
And you'll
Christmas.
never said Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah.
Happy.
Oh,
well,
it is.
I mean, but today
Today's
is
Christmas.
Christmas.
Alright.
The day it comes out as Christmas. Have you passed Hanukkah?
I haven't got a single gift for anyone. Well, I got one gift, but I need to get more gifts for everyone. Anyways, let's move on to holidays.
I'm
So,
not like that.
That is 13.
You're gonna have to try this.
No, you're not. Oh, by the way, timestamps. Put them at the start of the video and in the description.
right now. You have
right,
to
right
wait.
here. You have to wait
they're
till
gonna be in the description.
13:27. I don't know. We got a lot of requests to
Cats
add
do.
Who
Wait.
requested this?
Cats.
Maya and Trevor. And
A
Hope.
bunch of people told
We
me to
got a
do it
lot of
too.
requests.
That's
Two
3.
people.
Maya, Trevor, Hope.
Oh, you
Oh,
said Maya
okay.
and Trevor.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoy them because we're gonna start talking about Star Wars in a couple topics here. Anyways, and if you don't like that, you can just skip it now. Anyways, holidays.
Holidays.
Hanukkah.
Say Merry Christmas in Spanish.
Feliz Navidad.
Okay, that's fair.
I
Say-
want.
Chris,
you-
put that at the
Chris got
beginning.
gifts today. Chris
Yeah,
can talk
edit
about
it.
his gift.
Cut
That's
it and
gonna-
put that at the beginning. I got it.
He got it. Do we want? Huh? Yes, we do.
Talk about
What are we
gifts.
talking about? Oh, let's talk about gifts. What did you ask? We already asked that question last week, right?
Yeah.
As a child, what was the thing you received where you were like, "This is the greatest thing on this planet"? It better be covered.
A
Is it
Buzz
covered?
Lightyear video game that didn't end up working.
Was it like the one he played? What about the audio
Now,
listeners?
this is audio listeners are gonna have to suck it up because this is the greatest Christmas gift you could. Who got this for who? Hannah got it for Leah. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Hannah's smart. Wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can.
It's
It's
Danny DeVito.
Star of Jumanji 2.
Star
I mean,
of-
Jumanji
Is he
3.
in Jumanji 3?
Yeah, he's The Rock.
What?
Oh,
Rock
you're right.
Crazy.
You're right. You're right.
What?
You're right.
Do we have to see Cats or can we see Jumanji 3?
Is Jumanji 3 out?
Yeah, and it's apparently super funny because of Danny DeVito being The Rock. Of The Rock being Danny DeVito.
Wait, is The Rock the guy in the video game or is Danny DeVito the guy in the video game?
Danny DeVito's the old man that gets put into The Rock's body.
Oh. Alright.
You guys not seen the plot of? You guys not know the plot of Jumanji, the new one?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I know the new one.
What?
I saw Jumanji.
I like the way it sounds.
Megan saw most of Jumanji. Alright.
What does that mean?
Don't do
I
it.
got
Don't do
sick
it.
in the
Don't do
movie.
it.
What?
I got sick and I threw up
During a movie?
Thank
during
you.
a movie.
That was
Doing
way
Jumanji.
too close to the camera.
That's whatever. Let's see. All right, Community Man concert had their holiday concert.
Hop over holidays. Continue.
Yeah, for real.
What do you mean hop over? No, that's part of the holiday. Because we're talking about the holiday concert.
Okay.
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 So that was fun.
Dreaded
Let me start
Podcast.
crossing.
Dreaded Podcast. We're still on holiday.
Now talk about Hanukkah. Happy
She's
Hanukkah.
right there.
That's funny.
Demon just come out.
Now, Chris, how do you open a gift?
So I take the bow off
Okay.
first, and then I unwrap it, which is the proper way. Unlike people who just unwrap the thing without taking the bow off.
Here's what makes me angry.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think you actually people who have no cases on their phone are the same people who just rip apart a gift and don't take off the bow first. It's like etiquette. I don't understand. People like
Did you
that.
just have to
I
check
feel
if there's a
like TJ
case
is
in his
that
pocket?
person, and I am coming for you because I
Okay.
don't like those people.
I
I don't like them.
thank you, Leah. Very cool. Here's what makes me angry: when it's Christmas Day and you're opening the gifts with the family, and the gift gets to Elizabeth Davies, and she
Shout out to Lizzie.
shout out to Lizzie, love you, but she opens the gifts
Love you
so slow.
Oh my god.
She just it's like she wants the wrapping paper to be reusable.
Yeah, like she unwraps it the same way it runs
She
wrapped.
takes the
No
tape
ribbon.
off, unfolds it like that. I'm just like, can I?
She's done it her whole
I
life,
want my turn. Yes, her whole life.
or your whole
Well,
life.
my whole life, I guess, because she.
Your hair looks crazy right now. Just letting you
What
know.
about Johnny's whole life? How's Johnny doing? How's Johnny
Did I
today?
fix it? No.
No, it was like sticking out of the
Yeah,
back
it was
of the
because
Oh.
of the headphones.
Now is it good? Now is
Yeah,
it? All right, cool.
it's fine.
Johnny's doing good.
What'd you get him for Christmas?
I haven't gotten it.
What'd you get Lizzie for Christmas?
Haven't gotten
What'd you get your mom
I
for
haven't
Christmas?
gotten
What'd you get your dad for
That's a
Christmas?
tomorrow problem, Christopher.
That sounds like a last week problem.
We're moving the Davies Christmas back one day because we're gonna be on a plane from 6 a.m. to I don't know 10 a.m. I don't know some other time while we're going to Kansas. So that's fun.
Kansas.
When you leave Kansas, when you leave Kansas, can you make a video of yourself saying we're not in Kansas?
I will just for
Oh,
you.
you're going to Kansas?
And we're gonna drive to Colorado so I can record it while we drive past the sign that says leaving Kansas.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
To the weed state.
You know Wichita State University. Do you know what their mascot is?
A
What?
weed.
It,
Blunt.
close. It is a shock of wheat. That's their mascot.
That's
Like one piece of like a
Not even bread.
not even bread. No, their mascot's name is the Boom Shock or something. It's pathetic.
Someone's mascot is a potato.
okay, that's kind of tough. Though.
It's Mr. Potato Head.
I don't know if it's college or high school. It's just on
Let's talk about the big topic for today. Okay, we're gonna say in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna say in sync. Ready?
All right,
Ready? Ready?
2,
2,
1. Impeachment.
That's the big
All
part
right,
episode
I'll
for
write it
today.
down. 1924.
What?
We'll get to that in a minute.
I thought
First,
it
we have
was
to talk
Star Wars
about.
too.
Yeah, Chris was meant big Star Wars. When he said big topic of the day.
Oh, but I wrote down the order on the new planner Chris got me for Christmas. So now we can have. So I don't have to use Big Boy anymore.
Oh, that was so loud.
That was loud for us.
Like the spike.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So our president Donald J. Trump.
We
got
call him
impeached.
DJ here.
DJ Trump.
DJT.
Our
DJT.
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 Our manager says we're not allowed to discuss our opinions on the matter. But we will say
As a
that
trustworthy news source, we will confirm that
he
he
was indeed
was
impeached.
indeed impeached. Indicted.
Indicted. I saw a thing that was like Donald J. Trump is the first cast member of Home Alone 2
I
to
saw-
be impeached.
Well, and then one of the comments I read was like, "So you're implying there's going to be more?" Yes.
So he got impeached. He has to get convicted for there to be any real
Removal.
things, right? Flynn is watching, so I really hope I get this right.
What'd you get on Flynn's?
I passed. I think I got a 66.
Hot loser. I got a 68.
That makes me want to check just to make sure that.
No, we already confirmed this. Remember,
Oh, we
we
did?
talked about
I
this
don't
because I was like,
remember
"Hey,
Oh,
idiot."
okay.
It's
I'm
hard
glad
to
I
know I
passed
got on
that.
the last test.
I just
But,
want to
so-
say big sorry to all the Caucasian families out there who are going to just have to hear about the impeachment all Christmas
All
Day with their
Christmas.
conservative families. I just want to give them.
That's what it'll be.
Huge, I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to a liberal family.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you're just going to get
Right.
a lot of
It's
yelling.
gonna be a lot of Trump. A lot of time. When does he either get convicted or not convicted?
I tried to look it up and there was no actual date because the lady Nancy Pelosi, whatever, I'm pretty sure she's like not giving them information that the Senate needs.
Oh, that's fun.
And
You know what
so she's, I don't know, it's a mess.
I saw this picture of Nancy Pelosi with what's his name? The
Danny
one that got
DeVito.
shot in the head.
FDR?
JFK.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
And I was
just
like,
thinking, I was
wow, she's that old?
Oh,
Wasn't JFK like the 50s? That makes her at least 50 years old.
I don't want to.
That makes her at least 70
There
years
it
old.
is. Good job, Chris. As of next week.
Mr. Flynn, I'm sorry.
For not knowing the age of
It's break.
Nancy
We don't have
Pelosi.
When was
to be
he-
politically
when was he
correct.
Okay,
well,
boomer.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
I'm talking Mr. Flynn there.
Wasn't
Shout out
Anne
to
Frank
Hannah
alive?
for our
Stop.
Merry
Ooh,
Christmas
stop.
napkins.
Stop.
They're New Year napkin.
Wait. Wasn't Anne Frank alive at the same time as
Hitler? Yeah.
Crazy.
I was gonna say Harvey.
Yeah.
Who? Tell me who you think. Who?
Who?
Martin Luther King Jr. Weren't they alive at the same time?
Wasn't... When was the
Was the
civil...
civil
Wait,
rights
when was the
movement
civil...
the
I feel like we should know when the civil
we
rights...
just
Didn't
had
we
you
just
on
learn?
that.
No,
Okay,
the
wait.
Civil Rights Movement was not the same time as World War II.
Okay,
No,
wait.
but like, aren't they like supposed to be
When
the same
was the
age or
civil...
something?
When was the
No,
civil
FDR,
rights movement?
Mike gets it.
Stopping president
19...
in
It's in the 1900s
the
or
war was
1800s?
like-
1900s.
no.
It has to be
Definitely
1900s.
I said
Because there were
It was
cameras
after the
around.
1920s.
It was after World War II, so after the 1940s. Was it during JFK or after JFK? Because that puts us in the 60s. I feel like it was in the 60s.
Look it up.
70s is too late. The audio will get corrupted if we start using too much CPU
Oh,
power
that's
for
what it
this.
is. My gut says 1950s. Final answer.
My God,
No,
says
that can't be right because my parents were born in
1960s.
1969.
Ooh, oh, 19...
the war?
1940s?
Was
No,
not in the 50s.
no.
Bro, the Civil Rights Movement. 19...
Okay, 50s.
No, not the 60s. My parents were born in the 60s.
I retracted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, early.
Wait,
60s.
look up-
My
look up-
grandma was alive during it. That's all I know.
How old's your grandma?
My grandma was 71. She was born in 48.
So Nancy Pelosi was alive during the Civil Rights Movement.
Same year.
What'd she
What?
say?
Wait, so Anne Frank died the same year?
No,
Penelope was
Anne
born?
Frank and Martin Luther King Jr. are the same age.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
That's weird because I think of Anne Frank as like a
Child?
teenage
'Cause
girl,
she died
and I
when
think
she was
of
a kid.
well, yeah, but no,
They brought up
Yeah.
FDR. Wait, so, yeah, but she was.
No one brought up FDR, we brought up JFK.
I said FDR at one point.
I just meant Martin.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to talk about.
Harvey's falling asleep. Oh.
We got to talk about cats and
Shall we
episode
pull
9.
Cats
Let's
can
take a vote
do
from
what
you
Jelly
three. Who
Beans
votes? We
do.
talk about cats first. All right, that's 2 out of
Okay.
3. All right, I haven't seen it yet, so Chris, take the wheel.
Okay, so this is full spoilers on Cats. So the movie starts off with this cat. Well, we don't know it's a cat. This lady driving a car. Okay,
Ears and a
You're gonna
tail.
spoil the whole movie for us before we watch it?
trust me, you're gonna walk
You
in
just
there
mentioned the
and
part
see a
that you
different
saw before
movie.
you fell asleep.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that part. So you walk into the. You know what? Let's back up a little. You buy your tickets on Fandango, the app.
No, let's
You-
back up a little bit more. You see this
You're
movie?
born. You see the light at the end of the tunnel.
No, let's go a little bit back. Your parents.
Mommy and Daddy love each other so much.
Okay. Where was okay? You're in the theater. This lady is driving an old timey car. She does she has a bag. The bag is sort of moving, but you don't really know. It's a pretty small bag.
Her
She
tail's
throws
in the bag.
she throws the cat. She throws the bag out of the car into like a trash pit. Not really a trash pit, like a corner, and then she drives away. And then somehow the bag,
It's in New York.
unknown. I think it's England. No, I think it's England. It looks like
Full
England.
of
It looks gloomy
Body
like
bag with
England.
cats in them.
Okay, and then the bag suddenly looks 100 times bigger, and then this cat comes out of it, but it's obviously a person. We're not gonna, okay.
we
That's
call them
it.
hats?
That's the least. That's the least bad part of the movie. Their faces on cats' bodies. You get used to that after seeing it once, but then I thought that was gonna be. I literally thought that was gonna be the jarring part.
I don't know about that.
I thought it was no. I really went into being like, oh, them being cats is gonna throw me off the whole movie, right? No, they start singing at her, and then she's like, "What's going on?" No one
Is this Taylor
ever
Swift?
explained. No, Taylor Swift's the bad guy.
Uh,
They like, and then
I'm
they all run away.
that was not Taylor Swift. That was someone else.
Then they all
Billie Eilish.
Billie
Billie
Eilish.
Williams.
They all run away. Idris Elba shows up, He's the bad guy. He can teleport. Also, he can look at.
Multiple bad guys?
He can look at. Taylor Swift works for Idris Elba.
Okay.
Idris
Just like
Elba.
real life.
His name is McCarthy.
Take a slow.
Gal. It's okay. So it's like the guy's name on the poster is McCarthy, but then he turns and it's like cat pun. I forgot what it was. Meow Carthy maybe.
Meow Carthy, yeah.
Something stupid like get tickets meow. And then he can like look at okay. He can just teleport people out of somewhere, but like one of them he touched and then he teleport. The other one he just looked at and he teleported
That's
him away.
cool.
The other one he made him sign a book and then he teleported him away.
Fun.
So he's like teleporting and stuff.
He's the man.
And then he's the bad guy every night, once a year, which happens to be the same night. I think it only takes him one night. I don't. They like have to sing to this lady who's an old cat, and she's like, "You're the angelical choice. You're the angelical choice." And then whoever's angelical choice flies off in a hot air balloon to restart their life, and everyone seems to be the angelical
Like as
choice.
a person?
That's a cat.
As a different cat, I think.
It's like
not
when you
explained.
achieve
Nirvana? Yeah. And then, so everyone's like, I want to be the angelical cat. And then there's these cat burglars. They're cats and they steal stuff.
That's funny.
And then there's what's her name from Pitch Perfect?
Oh,
Anakin.
Fat Amy.
Fat Amy.
That's her name.
Rebel
Yeah,
Wilson.
Wilson.
Rebel Wilson. She's a fat cat, right? Because that's the joke. But, oh my god. This, like, she did this 3 separate times. I don't want to spoil it for you 3, so cover your ears right now.
Wait. All right. Okay. First of all, I just like to say the civil rights movement was from 54 to 68, so I was kind of right.
Did we
But
talk about
I said it was in the
Rebel
60s.
What?
Yeah, that was a lot. I forgot we were recording for that whole bit. Anyways.
That was like 2 minutes ago. Okay, cover your ears. Okay, Megan, you too. Cover your ears. Okay.
Both
so
of them.
I'll whisper. Okay, I'll like whisper it so you can hear
Alright.
it. So Rebel Wilson does this thing where she just takes her skin off like 4 different times, and I'm like, it's scary. When she does that.
What's underneath?
What?
What's underneath? More hair?
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay,
Cover your ears.
it's fine.
Alright.
We're whispering.
We're done now?
You're good. You're good now. Yeah, those gonna be more
The
hair.
only thing I know of this movie is
Cat.
Taylor Swift suddenly has boobs and she shakes them and her cat. So
Okay, let's get to that part. That part of the movie. Oh, that's during
Is
the.
it hot though?
We'll see.
She was a
Well,
cat.
hurry, maybe.
Oh wait, they're like covered. Oh yeah, she's a cat. Oh, never mind.
Even if she did, what?
I don't know. Wait, what is this movie rated? I feel like it's just
M?
not rated because
N?
the people watched it went, I don't know.
For no watch.
They were like, I don't want to see this movie.
Did you see that happened with The Witcher? The series. Apparently Entertainment Weekly or one of those news sites. I don't want to
Yeah.
say which one. I forgot. They like in the review were like, we watched episode 1 and then I got pretty bored, so I skipped up to episode 5. It's a pretty bad show. So like they just didn't watch the show.
Well, that's cool. And then they rated it.
And they just rated it a low score because they just didn't watch it. It just made me angry.
It's
Okay.
like that guy with Cuphead.
It is like that guy. I feel like we bullied that guy with Cuphead too much.
I have defended every Star Wars movie to the grave. However, it is very, very, very difficult for me to defend this movie. And it is not J.J. Abrams' fault. He's the director.
No,
It
it's
is not
his
his
fault.
fault. It is not his fault. It is not his fault.
What's the thing with the bromance? That's all I'm
We'll talk about.
God, it's his fault.
We're falling
It's
apart. New
literally-
Year, we're gonna.
It's
fix
literally
this.
his fault.
No, it is Ryan
He
Johnson's
wrote it.
fault.
It's not Ryan Johnson's fault.
It is Ryan Johnson's
Ryan Johnson
fault.
made the movie. Ryan Johnson made the movie he wanted to make.
And he made a piece of garbage.
No, he made a
piece
great
of
Ryan
garbage.
Johnson movie.
He took a squirrel,
Maybe he made
put
a
it in a
bad Star Wars
blender,
movie,
drank it.
but he made a good Ryan Johnson movie. Have you seen any other Ryan Johnson movie? Because you didn't want to go see Knives Out, but Knives Out is
I
a
saw-
masterpiece.
No, okay, listen. What? There is no way to write a good ending to that series.
Yes,
How
just
you-
ended at The Last Jedi.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
You can't end a trilogy after the second
Yes, you
movie.
can.
It's
Yes,
not,
you can.
It's not a trilogy after 2 movies.
They never said it was going to be a trilogy.
Yes, it did.
No, they didn't.
Like 30 times.
No,
It's
it didn't.
it's always okay.
Star Wars is always a trilogy.
Yeah, thank you, Megan. Ryan.
The 2 times it's happened. Solo wasn't a trilogy.
Turn around.
What about Rogue One?
Turn around.
Was that a trilogy?
Turn around. They know it though.
Tell me Rogue One is a trilogy.
Chris is lucky that this is a kid-friendly podcast. That's all I'm gonna say.
Where's Rogue One 2?
Rogue
2.
Yeah, getting a TV show. Anyways,
No, they're not.
yes, they are.
Okay, keep
Cassian
talking.
and K2. All right. Here, okay. We're gonna talk about spoilers, so skip to the next timestamp if you don't want spoilers. There's just no way to write a good ending. They killed Snoke.
Hey,
Do you want spoilers?
It's okay.
Do you care?
I don't care.
We don't
My
care
family's
about
making
you.
me go see it next Thursday because they all want to go see it, and I'm getting
It's
out
just
of it.
the problem is that they killed Snoke. I think the whole movie works if they didn't kill Snoke.
Yeah. Okay.
They killed
that's fair.
Snoke, and because in episode
Oh,
8
the
they
ugly
killed
guy,
Snoke.
ugly
Oh,
guy.
okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
I was trying to think of who he was.
Okay,
I
well,
watched-
there are two ugly guys. All right, then in episode
Just keep going.
in episode 9, they had to randomly find some new villain, so they resurrect.
Or they could have just, hey Ryan, where are you going with this?
He didn't go anywhere.
No, they
What
threw
was
away
my-
his script.
Because
We don't know, but they threw it away. No, because Jay wanted to play it safe, but they played it way too safe. They're like, oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, let's get Lando back. Oh, let's get Luke back. Oh, let's get
so
Leia back.
many
Oh, let's
things
get
that I
Han back
disagree with.
again
So
after
many
we
things
killed
that
him
I
off.
disagree.
Let's
It
get
was one
Han
scene.
back.
You haven't even
Let's
seen the
get
movie.
Han back. But they got. That's like if they bring Tony back.
Yeah, they did.
That's stupid. That they shouldn't have. What?
Yes, Leah. If you mention that, you're looking at it. Don't talk about it. The audience doesn't know it fell if you don't mention it.
There's Ray,
Yes.
who's her like love interest person.
That's
Apparently
that's a good question. Who is her love
Apparently it's Kylo, her cousin.
I do not understand. They're not cousins.
Well, Luke still did
What,
that.
Megan?
How many times did you try to kill her?
He tried to kill. All right.
You go 11?
It's just- they randomly kiss at the end, and it's just what? Where did that even come?
Just follow.
Just get it. Honestly,
Bring it back.
Leave the Disney Channel.
Oh, and they pretended to kill
they pretended
Chewie?
to kill.
There's something-
The whole movie, they were killing people and bringing them back, and it made me so angry. They fake killed Chewbacca, they fake killed C-3PO, they fake killed Rey twice, they fake killed Kylo twice. I just don't understand. The whole movie was centered around the plot that they only fake killed Palpatine. This mask makes me need to sneeze, but I'm gonna leave it on. Wow, that really hurts. Like, oh, and it's just. There's just it was a disappointment, and I feel like if you're gonna write a trilogy, you gotta write the whole trilogy. You can't just write chapter 1 and chapter 3 or just chapter 2. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Yes.
Yes, Lee.
What's with the bromance? It was
What's the bromance?
Poe
and Poe?
Poe and
Yeah.
Finn and Poe.
They didn't do anything with that really.
no, but, like it was like a thing on my Twitter where one of them said that he wouldn't have minded it happening. I don't know.
I mean,
Okay, I have a secret to tell you, Ray. Never told her.
wait a minute. That's a good point. What was the secret? He's gonna tell her that he loved her, obviously, and then she went and.
She's like, actually, I love
freaky
my
with
cousin.
Kylo. They're not cousins. She's a Palpatine. They're not
But
related.
then she goes, actually, my name is Skywalker, and that's how that works.
That made me. All right, we're gonna take off.
No, okay, it would have been such better if she had stayed with Palpatine's name,
Exactly.
and then took away like the evil from it. That would have pissed him
Because
off so
the
much.
whole point of the movie, the whole theme of the movie was accept who you are. That's what she runs away to Octo and hides out there.
Bless you.
Thank you. And Luke's ghost comes and he's like, "Hey, don't be afraid of who you are. I was afraid of who I was, and I was wrong. So don't be afraid of who you are." She's like, "All right, I'm gonna go fight him." And then the whole thing is like, just accept that you're evil, or don't. Sorry, accept that you're a Palpatine, and then change it. And then at the end of the movie,
Okay, wait, pause.
Yeah.
Speaking of playing it safe, they did the same thing again. Evil one's related to the good guy. Darth
yeah,
Vader.
that's true. That's true. But I don't think that's playing it
I see
safe.
this movie and it sounds like a mess.
It is a mess.
It's like they tried
It
to
was
cram
so-
in a trilogy into one movie.
What's the thing you said to me?
Oh,
That
right,
it's
okay.
Yeah.
Episode 9 is the sequel to an imaginary movie that never came out because it can't be a sequel to 7 because so much time has passed, but it ignores everything 8 did and also just deletes like half of it.
Here's what I think. I think you rewrite it so at the end of episode 7, there's one scene where Palpatine is talking to Snoke. That's it. Then episode 9, maybe 2 or 3 scenes where Palpatine is talking to Snoke.
I mean 8?
Yeah, sorry, episode 8, where Palpatine's talking to Snoke. And then episode 9, it's not some ex machina, we need a villain so that Kylo can turn to the light side. I think they fixed the whole thing with that.
I feel like
Hannah, can you give me the pen that I threw out of anger? I need to write down stuff. I don't know, somewhere over there.
in conclusion,
Oh, I found it.
In conclusion,
Star Wars bad.
no,
Maybe, though.
episode 9 bad. Didn't wrap up anything, made me upset. The rest of my family liked it, and if you like it, that's okay. I'm not going to debate it that heavily with you.
Bro, they should put Danny DeVito in the next one.
I think he's already been in a Star Wars.
Has he?
Everyone's been in a Star Wars.
Not Danny DeVito.
James Bond was in a Star Wars.
Yeah, that was fun.
The guy from
Billy Dee
I
Williams
want
was
to
in
say
Star Wars.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Harrison Ford was in a Star Wars. Oops.
Why did they bring him back? Okay, cool.
It was. You haven't even seen the movie.
And
It's literally just Ben standing there, and he's like, ah! And then
I've gotten
he has like.
text 2 times today from managers at Five Below trying to get me to come in.
same. I got
First, I got one from Ryan.
I got one from Ryan, yeah.
Sorry,
Ryan
I'm in
Johnson
church.
is a
And now
waste-
Tim
no.
just tried to call me
I take
and
it back.
text me. But he called me, but I didn't know it was his number, and he just texted
Say-
me 3 messages.
Just say that you're podcasting.
He said, "Hey Hannah, it's Tim from Five Below. Gave you a call to see if you wanted a few extra hours. We had some call-outs today, dude. Apparently, just everyone
Demona called out.
today.
Yeah.
That's one person though. Only one. I don't know. He said."
I'll just take her job. I'll work at 5.
I'm a little short-handed tonight. If you'd like some extra hours, just let me know. You can stay as late as you want. Figured I'd give you and Chris a chance since y'all had a few days off this week. I wonder why. Because we took off. Because we wanted them off. Oh my gosh. You,
Did he text me? Oh,
just
check my
let
phone.
me know
Yeah.
if you have to...
He probably
Okay,
called
he used
and
way
texted
too many
me.
exclamation points in this. I don't like when he talks nice to me.
Interesting.
I don't like it.
Speaking of talking nice to Hannah, some guy called her beautiful, and it was
How
kind of
old was
cringe.
the guy?
He was like 100 years old.
No, he was like
What?
40s. He
You
was
said
like
40s.
40s.
all 5
First,
minutes ago from 540-322-9472.
yeah,
Why'd you read the
it's
number
that.
out loud on the
First, he called me
podcast?
darling. But see, when you work, you realize people call you things about like they'll call you darling or like honey
Or
or
love.
like sweetie,
They
yeah,
love them, they
love.
call me
Like they'll
love.
call you things, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm okay with this. And he said, "Have a good night, beautiful," and I almost threw up right there on the counter.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Ready for questions?
I can see you. There's a window right there. I
Leah, you're
see you
not
taking
slick.
What should I say?
photos. Yeah.
Say,
Just say no.
Say I'm with. I told them we were having.
Yeah, me and Chris are
Christmas
about to go.
here.
I'm just gonna tell me and Chris are about to go see cats right
Chris and
now.
I are going. Question, pregunta
All
time.
right, preguntas from Louis_who. As the new year approaches, are there any new things you guys want to introduce to the podcast?
He wants us to say the new ambassador to the podcast,
Yes,
but
we have a son.
joke's on you,
We have a
Louise.
son? Megan?
Megan's pregnant? Question mark. Title of the podcast.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Claire's gonna click on it real fast. All right. What are we at anything?
The room,
Oh yeah, we're gonna move into a new room so we don't have to tear down every time. We're gonna have a
Mics
more.
will work.
probably.
What'd you say? Yes, the mics will hopefully work. A new consistent upload schedule. Both years
We've
working.
been consistent for like 3 weeks.
But November.
I feel like you should have a consistent
We had
schedule
one
that doesn't
episode.
require Chris to edit in like crunch time.
I think
one
we
day.
hire an editor.
We can't hire. We can't just keep hiring
Well,
people and not paying anyone.
Do you think Luis can edit? All right, Abby
Do
underscore
we want to give them our raw footage?
at Abby underscore Christopher says, "How does TJ feel knowing he failed his physics midterm?" I really thought I passed that one. I really thought I passed it.
Have fun.
I'm kidding.
Like you're supposed to say fun.
Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you. Have fun.
At least unlike Ryan, where he was like,
He said, "All good. Appreciate the response. Have fun." So we're good.
should I respond to him on my phone? Did he text?
No.
Okay.
M Megan Webb B04 says, "Who's better, me as Chris or Chris as Chris?" I think you as Chris. You should have seen. It was funny.
Doesn't Megan have a recording of it?
Not that Megan.
Oh, I haven't. I want to say Leah. The fake Leah.
Yes, I'll get her to send that to me.
Okay.
It was funny. She did pretty
You
good.
want to explain it?
At all
That's okay.
district
No one
auditions,
knows.
That's okay.
after the all
See, we
district
need you
auditions,
for
I
that.
we
told
do.
you
That's
to
why we
explain-
need to hear
you
this.
explain your story.
After all district auditions, we were waiting for them to post the scores for like 2 or 3 hours, and we were just sitting there. And Megan Webb, she brought a microphone, like a little tiny baby microphone with her, and so they started doing a fake episode of the Chris and TJ podcast. And then I came and sat down with them, and we just made fun of the podcast. She was Chris, I was TJ. Sammy was Megan, and oh gosh, someone was Leah. I
Wasn't it
forget who was Leah.
Adriana?
Yeah, Adriana was Leah, I think. She just shouted. Drinks. Caskelt04 says, "What's your opinion on Connor Salian making an R&B album on SoundCloud? Parentheses, if you know hi. I think there's more. Nope, no more. All right. I don't know. Is that Connor?
Connie Wani.
Yeah, that's Connie Wani. He made an album.
Theater
I'll,
one.
I'll have to listen to that, Connor.
Me too.
You said you're cute.
I said me too.
CWSALS says, "Thoughts on Brandon's upcoming album?" Brandon's making an album?
We've known about this.
I know.
That
Um,
was
Was
funny.
it
Thanks,
really
Chris.
bad?
That was funny, TJ.
I haven't heard about it. I don't know what it. Well, I've heard
What?
about it. I just haven't heard specific
rock.
details. Oh, it's rock. I don't listen to music, Brandon.
New door.
But yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to see what he's doing with it. All right, now we sent out a call to you guys on
Cats.
Instagram to ask us, okay.
What your holiday traditions
Oh wait,
are. That's what
wait,
TJ's
I
trying
forgot.
to
We
say.
have questions for Maya. We have questions for Maya. All right, we'll come back to that. What's the most amazing place in nature you've been? Yellowstone.
A tree.
Beautiful.
Sorry?
Outside last week. What was the best road trip you've been on?
Next question.
I guess down to Florida, my 7th grade year.
Swims else, yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you have seen in someone else's home? Yeah, what's around? This is dead mini. Oh no! All right, in Chris's front yard, it's the funniest thing. So he's got this thing which apparently is like solar powered or something.
It's on a timer.
I don't know. It's on a timer. Anyways, every time I pull up to pick him up in the morning, there's just Minnie Mouse face first dead in his lawn because it's like turned off and it's not inflated.
Like a Christmas decoration.
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen his front yard. I've never seen a Minnie Mouse before.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Right.
Hannah's ceiling is real low in her basement.
Yeah, when you walk down my
Someone's
stairs,
nose.
if you're over like 5'7", your head's
It's
getting
like
hit.
tiles, so it's cool. Because like I've noticed Southern houses have that in their basements.
Southern house.
Yeah.
My
Why'd
house
you
was
say it
born-
like that?
My house was born.
My house was bored. Wait,
My
did you ever
house
talk
was-
about
My
outside?
house was built in like the 60s, and my dad grew up
Yeah,
there.
no,
So
but,
like
like,
it's old.
Southern basements or just ceilings in general, they're like school tiles.
Yeah.
That's
There's
fun.
like stains in it. Yup.
What's the weirdest crush you've had? Grape crush.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
No, probably
Orange crush.
orange crush is pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's like
The yellow crush. Is it,
it tastes
pineapple?
like carbonated Kool-Aid. Like I don't care. Like I'll drink anything,
Yeah, next
especially
question.
milk.
Carbonated milk.
Carbonated milk, yes,
Oh my gosh,
please.
no.
I'll drink it if you guys get it for me.
No. The camera died.
Camera died.
Camera died.
We'll do shout outs in a second. First off, thank you to
We're
Maya
doing-
for
we
her
keep talking?
questions.
Okay.
Sorry we didn't answer all of them. What's wrong?
Oh, keep going.
Okay, sorry we didn't answer all your questions. Camera's dead. I can take these headphones off now. All right, we got to do shout outs because the year's coming to a close. We wanted to.
We'll do that next episode.
We'll do it next episode.
Next year.
Yeah.